I wasn't supposed to be at Blackwood Station that night. My train had already left, but then another train slowly arrived. It wasn't on the schedule. There was no train number and no destination. Then every single door opened by itself. I should have walked away, but something inside that train was already waiting for me. The moment I stepped inside, the doors slammed shut behind me. I never heard them close. Every seat was empty except the last one. I blinked for just a second, and the passenger was suddenly 3 rows closer. I looked out the window. The station had disappeared. There was nothing outside except an endless black forest. Then, someone whispered my name, but I was the only person on that train. I grabbed my phone to call for help, but the screen only showed one message: no signal, no exit. Then the lights went out for just 2 seconds. When the lights came back, every seat was occupied. Not one of them moved, until all of their heads turned toward me at the exact same time. Every single one of them had the exact same face, my face. One of them slowly stood up, but I never saw his feet touch the floor. He smiled and whispered, "You're finally home." The train suddenly stopped, but when the doors opened, there was no station. Something was standing outside and waiting for us to get off. Then every passenger stood up, and at the exact same time. None of them walked. They all floated toward the open doors. I was the only one still inside, until someone grabbed my shoulder. I turned around, but there was no one there. The hand was still holding me. Then I looked down, and the hand was coming out of my own shadow. The shadow began to stand up while I couldn't move. It smiled and stepped into my body. Suddenly, I wasn't inside the train anymore. I was standing alone in the middle of the tracks. The train had vanished, but I could still hear it circling behind me. No matter how far I walked, the tracks never ended. Then I found footprints exactly matching my own. The strange part, and they were fresh, someone was walking in front of me. I started running, but the footprints started running too. Then the footprints suddenly stopped right in front of me. I looked up, and someone was standing less than a foot away. It had no face and only a wide smile stretching across its head. It slowly raised one finger, pointing behind me. I turned around, and the train was charging straight at me. I closed my eyes, waiting for the impact. But nothing hit me. When I opened my eyes, the train had passed straight through my body. I looked down. I couldn't see my own feet anymore. Something was slowly erasing me piece by piece. Then I heard a voice whisper, "Every passenger leaves something behind." I reached into my pocket and found an old train ticket that wasn't mine. On the back, someone had written just 3 words, "Next stop, you." The ticket had today's date, but it was issued 50 years ago. Then I heard the train whistle again, this time right behind me. The train hadn't come back, it had never left. Every window was filled with passengers, all staring directly at me. One of them slowly raised a hand and pointed to an empty seat. The seat had my name carved into the wood, as if it had always belonged to me. I refused to get back on the train, but the door slowly opened by itself. A voice whispered, "Every journey must be finished." The ground beneath my feet began to shake. The rails twisted like they were alive. Then the forest went completely silent. Out of the silence, hundreds of glowing eyes opened in the darkness. They weren't animals, they were watching me. One by one, they stepped out of the darkness. None of them made a sound, not even their footsteps. They formed a circle around me, leaving only one path open. The only way out led back into the train. I realized then, the train had never been trying to trap me, it had been bringing me home. As I stepped inside, the passengers were already waiting for me. This time, they all smiled. The empty seat was still there, waiting for me. The moment I sat down, the train began moving again. Outside the windows, faces appeared in the darkness. They weren't trying to get in, they were trying to get out. One of the passengers leaned closer and whispered, "Don't look outside again." I ignored the warning and looked anyway. The forest was gone. The train was passing through an endless graveyard. Every gravestone had a photograph, and every photograph was me. Then one of the graves was empty. A wooden sign stood beside it, with my name already carved into it. The train slowed down as if this was my stop. The doors opened, but no one got off. Instead, someone climbed in. No one looked at the newcomer except me. It walked past every empty seat and stopped beside mine. Then it slowly removed its hood. Under the hood was my own face, but it looked decades older. He smiled, like he'd been waiting for me his entire life. He handed me a worn leather journal with my name on the cover. Inside, every page described everything I had done tonight. The final page hadn't happened yet. At the top it read, "Your final stop.